So, guys, it's 2018, and it is fantasy football season, and that is out of focus as shit.
Okay, wait. Is it when we get too close? Or too
No, we were too far. Okay, we can keep going though. No restarts.
All right. Now, we have not had our draft yet.
It's tomorrow. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but I'm kicking
We're
my
going to
feet.
stay up all night and just grind out. We decided that we were going to talk about our league and who is going to be drafted too early based upon average draft pick.
Right.
We're going to pick who's being drafted too early, not versus ADP, but they're just being drafted too early and they're not going to live up to it. And we've also selected who our favorite players are this year that aren't going to be drafted yet, but will probably show up through waiver wire. So who we like, but not that much. We just like their name.
Right. And I should say, as the year goes on, we're going to do more like just fantasy, probably more like daily fantasy than actual like about our league. But since we can't really talk about our favorite draft players because we
Not
draft
so
against
much
each other
analysis.
and people who we draft against maybe seasons before more. I don't know. But we can't really talk about it today, but we will in the future.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So first thing we're going to talk about is...
Okay, this is very specific to our league. And probably we're in a 12-man league. 12-man league, PPR.
One QB.
One QB. Who's going to go too early? The answer is QB. And we both agreed that in our league, being 5 minutes from Clemson, South Carolina, the answer is Deshaun Watson. That's too easy of an answer, so we went somewhere else.
We went to a
But I still stuck QB, and I selected Aaron Rodgers, the second quarterback.
Guaranteed in our league. It's just as simple as this. Deshaun Watson's going to go way too, excuse my language, the F word early. We can't say it. But, so because he went QB, I didn't want to be like as obvious and be like, Russell Wilson or somebody like that. Because he will probably too.
This is QB though.
I went with someone who in our league in the past couple years has gone, when he wasn't suspended, has gone pretty early and is a stud, but I don't think he's as studly as everyone thinks, and that's Josh Gordon.
Bam. Yeah.
So,
I guess I could go Jared Cook.
is my face showing it? Like, what?
Why does he get drafted ever?
What? If he gets drafted early for any reason.
Now, this person's going to go too early, has been going too early, based even upon ADP. This person's just not going to make it in the league. I think they're going to get dropped. I think my person's going to get dropped.
Your person's going to get dropped.
Dropped. I think they're going to get drafted too early and get dropped.
Damn. Okay. Go.
Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson's getting drafted. People are thinking he's the savior for Detroit. People have been thinking this guy's the savior. This guy's the savior. This guy's the savior. It's not Barry Sanders. He's not the savior.
If he was Barry Sanders, I'd pick him number one.
All right, so Kerryon Johnson's going to get selected too early simply because people are saying that he should get selected early. He's going to get dropped. And bold prediction, LeGarrette Blount might be the number one receiver on that team. On that team.
Who did you just say?
LeGarrette Blount.
On what team?
Detroit. Kerryon Johnson plays for Detroit, and LeGarrette Blount
plays for
Detroit. Pinky promise. Swear to God.
Excuse me for a minute.
I know. You're just a hater, and you don't pay attention to anything about LeGarrette Blount.
Motherfucker, he plays for Detroit.
He plays for Detroit.
Okay, well, you're a bigger idiot then, because that shit's stupid as fuck.
But yeah.
So now the cousin thing's out the window.
And now we've laid it out.
No. Horseshit. LeGarrette Blount is total trash, by the way.
I think he's going to be the number one back on their team, at least in yards and touchdowns. Rushing-wise, Theo Riddick is probably the best PPR option, but I'm going to give it to Blount, man.
I think LeGarrette Blount has homosexual sex with his grandpa. That's what I think.
That could happen. Either way, Kerryon Johnson is not the choice you need. Wait, what's his ADP? What's his pick?
LeGarrette Blount?
No, Kerryon Johnson.
88.
88.
So what is that like?
Which would put him in the seventh round, sixth, seventh round. Heck no.
There are at least, well, see, everyone that's above him, I agree with. The people that are below him, okay, Carlos Hyde, I take before him.
We don't need to be giving up that much.
I'm just saying.
It's too early.
I can, just looking at this list, I can name 6, like, just like that. Okay. But anyways.
So my answer's right.
Your answer is good.
Thank you.
I like that answer. So that was, yours is Kerryon Johnson for people who get straight. Mine, this one is going to piss a few people off because a lot of people are high on him. I personally just don't like the way this offense is ran. I don't like this particular player in this scheme. He has consistently shown that it doesn't work. So why would I think it works now just because another person's out? And that's Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Who, hey, look, if you are in the 3rd round and you got to get a backup running back, and it's between a Derrick Henry who is a RB1 in like projections
right now, depth chart 1,
and a backup or someone that's not a starting running back, I get it. You feel like you have to take him. Me personally, I'm gonna go for a different way because
tight end, wide receiver,
because
quarterback too early.
He's too inconsistent. He will get carries. I'm not saying when it comes to involvement, Derrick Henry's in the stats you want. He gets 18 plus carries a game, but he does jack doo-doo diddly with it.
Unless he plays for Alabama. He's playing for Alabama again. He'll run.
He's in a hard run defensive league with Jacksonville and Houston that he has to play twice a year. I haven't looked at the rest of their schedules yet. I haven't gone that in depth, but I'm that far off of them. I don't give a shit.
Hey, you want a tip why I know yours is a fantastic answer?
Yeah.
Their scheme is for outside runs. Guess who doesn't do outside runs?
Derrick fucking Henry.
Derrick Henry. Guess who does?
Dion Lewis.
Dion Lewis.
Cheers.
Cheers. No one else can know about that until after tomorrow.
Okay, next one.
I'm hoping some sucker takes him in the 3rd round. Next one. This is a little bit different. Maybe you're a deeper league than ours. Maybe you're just wondering, who's the next guy? Because waiver wire is the key to winning every year.
I don't care where you play.
Every year. If you lose your 1st round pick, that sucks. Okay, maybe you don't stand a chance then, but you have to play waivers. You have to play waivers in order to win. These are players that we think aren't going to get drafted in our league, but will be picked up eventually.
Okay.
All right, we're going to list 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 receiver.
I've changed my mind.
That's straight. That's straight. My quarterback, I don't think he's going to get picked. We got 12 people. He may get picked in ours. I don't know if he is, simply because Baker Mayfield is such
a douchebag. Is that what the word you were going for? I thought we were playing a game.
Such an attractive pick.
I thought we were doing synonyms.
Later rounds.
I thought we were doing synonyms.
And a threat. I think the best word is a threat. He's a threat to Tyrod Taylor's job later on. And if I'm in playoffs, Tyrod Taylor's not going to do me any good.
He's Johnny Manziel without the drugs.
He's my QB that I think is going to get picked up eventually, but people are too afraid to get him right now. Because they're not sure he's going to start over Baker Mayfield, but that first game will change everybody's mind.
Okay. Well, and I'm going to go someone who is going to start and play for an offense that no one thinks is that great, but they play in a league with no defense hardly. So, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's played for the Jets. He's going to be throwing against a Pats secondary that is depleted. A Miami's defense that is... Miami might be the worst team in the league, by the way. I'm going to make that as my... They're going to be god-awful.
Yeah. He is going to torch Miami.
He's going to torch Miami. And then who's the other one? I can't remember.
Okay.
Who's the other one?
Very cold climate.
Buffalo.
A very cold climate.
They might be cold, but I mean, yeah, and he's from...
I don't want a rookie.
When it comes...
Shivering weather when he's from USC.
When it comes to people that can end up being like... Yeah, I think Sam Darnold's a QB who I know is not going to get drafted.
I'm okay with it.
I know he's not going to get drafted. He starts and he's going to throw them.
He's going to get picked up.
There's going to be a week he ends up outside the top 10. Like, right outside the top 10. At least
you're saying his best week.
Yeah.
Will be, okay. No, okay. I thought you were like
no, not of
he will end up outside the top 10 eventually.
Maybe the top 20. Maybe.
Okay. I hear you. He'll have he might have a top 10 week.
I mean, he's got Robbie Anderson and our boy Leggett to throw to, so.
Leggett, I think he's injured at the moment. I don't know. I don't keep
I'm
up
not
with
going to
that.
pretend that.
There's someone that's not going to get drafted.
Can't use
Love him, though.
He's a beast.
Mad respect. Running back. Now, this is one that obviously we didn't agree on.
You can do so many with this.
Now I have reasoning. There's 30 starting running backs. There's 30 backups to those.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone takes 3, so there goes 36 of those running backs. All the starters, some of the backups, and then plus some. So to make sure that this one's not going to get drafted, I went with San Fran's Joe Williams. That's simply because I think he's more talented.
Where did he play in college?
Breida?
Tell me where he played.
He's more talented than Breida, and he is...
More talented than Matt Breida.
Yes, but he's behind Jerick McKinnon, who I think can potentially get hurt. I think he's the most durable back.
Where did Joe Williams play football?
Where did Joe Williams play football? I think the question is, where does Joe Williams play football? And it's behind 2 fragile people who are injured at the moment.
Fair enough. I'll give you that because that looks really good on camera the way you said that.
And we're talking about someone that's not going to get drafted in your league. We're in a 12-man league. Running backs are getting drafted.
Yeah.
Joe Williams, who didn't know the name,
I'll be honest
is who I went with.
Never heard of the dude. Never heard of the dude. I mean, like, when I say never heard of him, like, I'm sure I heard of him, but I didn't know him enough to, like, research him. Because once you get past a certain tier, I just don't give a shit anymore.
I believe it. And I agree. I agree, and I understand.
My guy on the same reference where I think he's behind 2 fragile backs, especially one who might not start the season and one who's old as shit, and that's Alfred Blue. All right, Lamar Miller's going to start because Devontae Foreman is still hurt. Maybe he won't start for the first couple games. So Lamar Miller is gonna need someone to change carries with. He can't carry the ball a whole game. So on top of that, if he gets hurt, Alfred Blue is the only back they have. They do not have a 4th backup. So there you go. I'm not saying he's going to be great, but I'm saying he's definitely not getting drafted. And I'm saying he's definitely a possibility for a good couple games.
Okay. I think my guy does better than your guy.
I'm not saying he doesn't. What I'm saying is, at least my guy's actually been on fantasy football before. I don't know if your dude is.
At least with QB, like, my guy might get drafted, though.
Okay,
so
how about
I kind of cheated there.
Well, all right, these people who are watching now, and even though we've actually never done it because we keep saying we're going to do it, we'll do a water bet. In the first 3 weeks.
First 3 weeks?
First 3 weeks. Who gets more carries? Joe Williams, Alfred Blue.
That's stupid. It's going to be like 5 carries versus 4 carries in the first 3
But
weeks.
who gets more carries?
I'm not doing that bet because I can't. I have no reason behind it. If it's straight luck, I'm not going to make the bet. That would be straight luck.
It's not luck because Alfred Blue's going to get more carries than that because Devontae Foreman's not going to play.
Let's go year.
The season? Who gets more carries in the season?
Yeah, I'll do that bet.
Alfred Blue and Joe Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's our bet.
That's our bet. That's our first
Season
official
bet.
water bet. And we're actually going to do them this year. Last year we didn't get to do them because every time we did
because he lost all of them.
we were free. I did. I won't lie. I did lose all of them. But every time we thought about it, we'd always forget to do the actual scene
let's
of the
wrap
water.
it up. Let's wrap it up.
No. I mean,
Wide
it's all-
receiver. I know. I'd like to do it in 15. That'd be straight.
Okay, so wide receiver. We're going to do who's going to get drafted 2 far ahead?
No,
two- no,
I don't think it's going to get drafted. I don't think Mike Williams gets drafted.
In our league?
Maybe 16th. Like I said, I feel like I cheated a little bit in QB.
In overall fantasy, I agree. In our league, I think he still gets drafted
because
for some reason.
the number one wide receiver on his team could easily get hurt. We've seen it happen, and then he could step up into number 1. He could be a top 20 wide receiver. I could see that, and he's not even going to get drafted.
Okay. And mine is John Ross. John Ross is a guy.
I love that one, dude. When you said it.
John Ross is a guy who didn't do what he was supposed to do his rookie year. He's kind of like a Corey Davis kind of thing where like everyone expected so much, he didn't hit it, but like he's had more time and like people like him, this dude is like Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, like he's a big threat. Like this dude is going to score touchdowns eventually. I just feel
Hopefully
like,
it's not a Tavon Austin.
no, hopefully it's
Who's
not like
a
that.
running back now.
Apparently, I did believe
For
it when I
who?
seen it.
For who?
Dallas.
For Dallas.
So Ezekiel Elliott, you better watch out. Tavon Dawson's coming for your
He's
job.
coming for your job.
Took our jobs. Took our jobs. No, but seriously, I think John Ross is the only guy I can really think of that might make it through a draft without being drafted, who has a lot of upside.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, but can I throw in this?
Mm-hmm.
Just a side take. John Ross is my favorite, clearly. But Philip Dorsett for New England, I feel like might be the first waiver wire pickup on everyone's list after at least 2 weeks.
And then he'll also be the number one
Like
drop.
after 4 weeks
He'll
when
also be-
Julian Edelman comes back. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
like that. That's solid. That's
Yeah.
solid, dog. That's solid. All right. Now we're gonna talk about actual football,
Which
And-
we are really too good at. Honestly, like we shouldn't be allowed to play fantasy. Like that's fair. But when it comes to like actually picking shit,
We're not
we're,
bad.
we're pretty much pretty good.
And
Not
we
gonna lie.
pretty much agreed, which is
The only
crazy.
thing we get really off on is the finals.
Yeah. So we're gonna skip ahead. We're not gonna bore you with what everyone's already saying about how the playoffs are gonna work out. We're gonna skip to the conference finals. All right. Yeah.
Because I feel like, all right, so let's be clear.
AFC.
We picked AFC, NFC playoffs.
Yeah.
The only thing we disagreed on was I picked the Panthers, which I'm a Panthers fan.
I
He
picked
picked the
Falcons.
Falcons. He's a Falcons fan.
'Cause they're
so
better.
we're going to give that shit up to 50-50.
Yeah.
And then what you picked.
The other side, I picked Broncos, and you
You
picked,
picked Kansas City. I
Kansas
picked
City.
Kansas City.
and neither of them affected
As
anything
wild
later.
cards, by the way.
Okay. AFC. I had Jags in Houston,
And I had Pats and Chargers, excuse me.
so we agreed on both of those. And then in the NFC, I had Rams and Falcons.
I had Rams and Vikings.
So we agreed on Rams. And then in the Super Bowl, who'd you have?
I sadly, and then when I say sadly, I mean I want to pick the Chargers to make it. But for some reason, I feel like Tom Brady just does this fucking stupid shit again.
Yeah.
And he makes it to the Super Bowl and plays the Vikings in the Super Bowl.
And I have Houston versus Rams. Rams, who I think is,
The best team.
on paper,
The best team. You get... Okay, and that's why I picked the Vikings to win, because I think outside of the
young
Rams...
quarterback is the only reason that I have
Exactly.
Houston beating Rams. Also another young quarterback, but his name is Deshaun Watson.
And see, and my thing is, like, I love, obviously, we're from Clemson, so I love the fact that he thinks Deshaun Watson can win the Super Bowl. I want to believe that, but in my honest opinion,
This year next.
I think the Vikings, on paper, like, they play in the harder conference. I think NFC South and NFC North are pretty close. There's 3 teams that are always good. You got the Patriots, Falcons, and Saints, and then you got Green Bay, Detroit most of the time,
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
and Vikings. So, like, we kind of split teams, so the record could be off. But I think the Vikings, defensively and offensively, and now with Kirk Cousins, and if Dalvin Cook stays healthy all year, I think on paper, they have the best team.
Yeah.
And I think they win
now,
the Super Bowl.
Real quick, who's the team that you're worried about that keeps our teams out of playoffs?
Saints.
Because of wild card. No, because of wild card. If Saints win it, wild card.
I'm sorry.
Besides each other, okay. Besides, I'm worried about you. You're worried about me. Saints, we're worried about. Other division, NFC.
See.
Who you worried about? Let's finish it with that.
Giants.
John, we just became best friends.
We already were, but
All right, we're
okay.
done.